Were you always so religious?
No, it was during my time in the Army that I became a believer. Why do you ask?
Well, you seem happier and more at peace than most people I know.
Do you ever pray?
Of course I pray.
What do you pray for?
Pray for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, pray for the Phillies to win the World Series. I pray that I hit the Powerball. You know, normal stuff.
We have different ideas of normal.
What do you pray for?
I pray for people to accept Jesus in their hearts. I pray for people to be healed of illnesses. I pray for our elected leaders to become righteous men and women.
That's what you pray for?
That's what I pray for.
Huh.
What?
I feel a little bad about teasing you about your cheapness now.
So you're gonna stop?
Probably not.
You're not?
But I will pray for you not to be cheap anymore.
Amen, brother.
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
Do you pray before every meal?
Yeah, before every meal.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Really?
Really?
That's real dedication.
Well, I would call it more of faithfulness. Did you pray a blessing over your meals when you were growing up?
Usually on Sunday lunch, my mom would say grace.
That was the only time?
Well, not every Sunday. Not if the Eagles had a 1 o'clock game.
Well, what happened then?
Then it would be a free-for-all, and we'd all grab our food and be eating in front of the TV before the game came on.
Okay, so look, listen. Alana came up with this word TOPJ to retaliate for the EIA.
What's a TOPJ?
She says it stands for testosterone originated poor judgment.
What did you do to her?
What do you mean?
Well, you must have done something for her to retaliate.
I didn't do anything to her.
So you're telling me that she came up with TOPJ just because you came up with EIA?
Is that so hard to believe?
Actually, not at all. I have a name for which she calls a TOPJ.
Really? What is it?
Existing. On any given day, I could have 3 TOPJs before breakfast.
Whereas an EIA is real in a specific circumstance.
Exactly. I find it interesting that she had to come up with a name for something that guys do all the time.
Right. I must have really hit a nerve.
You know, most men over 30 would admit that most of the decisions are made because of testosterone.
So men under 30 don't make their decisions based on testosterone?
No, men under 30 make even more decisions based on testosterone. They just won't admit it.
You know what I find really interesting is the timing.
How so?
Her timing to come up with this TOPJ, right when I was about to ask her out.
And now?
Not so much.
You know, I was on a dating site the other night and I've come to a conclusion.
I can't wait to hear this. What's your conclusion?
There are a lot of bad photographers in the world.
I don't get it.
On those single sites, do you see how many horrible pictures are posted? The pictures are too light, the pictures are too dark.
And when the lighting's perfect, there's no smile. It's like these women should have arrest numbers across their chest.
Right.
What I don't understand is how these women post these pictures from these scenic places and then they're only a tiny dot in the picture.
I get very suspicious of those women if they don't have another picture of themselves posted.
So you wouldn't respond to a woman that's at the Eiffel Tower, but she's not that clear in the picture?
Absolutely not. Would you?
For me, there's other factors I have to consider.
You know, when I'm posting a new ad, I take 20 or 30 pictures to get one I can tolerate. I want a good smile, but nothing too toothy.
I take a lot of pictures too till I get a good one.
You know, I hate the way I look in pictures.
No, I always thought you were comfortable the way you look.
In the mirror, I think I look fairly presentable.
That's funny.
What's funny?
Well, I'm not a fan of the way I look in a mirror, but I think I take great pictures.
Given the choice between my problem and yours, I'll take mine.
What do you mean?
I look in the mirror every day, but I avoid pictures like the plague.
That bad, like the plague?
Usually when I see myself in pictures, I think of one word.
What word?
I'd rather not say.
I won't tell anyone.
Goon.
Goon? Really? You think you look like a goon?
Really? You think he doesn't?
Thanks, Barry.
I'm sorry, Jim.
What do you have to be sorry about?
I told him I wasn't going to tell anyone.
You guys should really consider a mail-order bride from a foreign country.
And why is that?
Well, I just don't see it happening for you guys with any American women marrying either of you.
Barry, I'll pay the check. You leave the tip.
Oh, I'll leave her a fair tip.
Watch it. There to here.
It's funny that she should bring up mail order brides.
Would you consider it?
Consider it, I'd do it.
What's stopping you?
Money.
Was it expensive?
Think of it as a large tip after an expensive dinner.
Very funny, but seriously, how much is it?
Well, for me, I would go to Ukraine. It probably costs about 20 grand.
Wow, that much?
If it cost $100, I'd done it years ago.
Why would you marry a Ukrainian woman?
Here, I'm a 6 3/4, whereas there, I'd be a 9 2/3. Here, my house is considered very modest, but women there, she consider a palace. And those women want to have children and raise them.
Seriously? They want to raise the children?
The last time I was serious enough woman to bring up children, she asked me if I would consider an au pair. I told her I would consider au pair as long as she was a 25 female former Russian gymnast.
What'd she say to that?
She didn't say anything. She just got up and walked out.
Why did you say that? Didn't you know she wasn't going to go for that?
Right now, I work 2 jobs to eke out a living. And then I'm going to pay for a child and an au pair?
I see your point.
Would you consider a Ukrainian bride?
I would consider one if she was a born-again Christian.
To get out of Ukraine, they would convert to Scientology combined with Hare Krishna.
How was everything?
The food was good, but the service left a little to be desired.
Susie told me that you think you look like a goon.
She did?
I don't know what that's like. I'm very fortunate about my appearance.
What was that you said? Fortunate?
Many times I've been mistaken for Robert De Niro.
Really? Robert De Niro?
They even come up to me and ask for my autograph.
Really? Robert De Niro?
You won't believe the disappointment when I told them I'm not him.
Were any of those people who thought you were Robert De Niro sober?
All of them. Don't you think I look like Robert De Niro?
I don't see it.
Let me take my glasses off. Well,
I still don't see it. Wait, let me take my glasses off. Now I see it.
very funny. I don't care what you say. I know I look like Robert De Niro.
Good night, Vincenzo. After encouraging Barry to leave Susie larger tips, I really hope he buries her this time.